Alexa, what time is sunset?
Sunset on Saturday, March 13th will be 6:04 p.m.
Well, I guess it's Saturday then. Didn't realize that either. Hi, Jonathan Charles Fox, here live at Camp Fox. I know it's been a couple of days. My eyes still a bit of a problem, and then I went to all this trouble to get myself a professional studio lighting, hold your phone and make a YouTube video like every other monkey on earth kit. And here I am in this beautiful, beautiful lighting, and I decided that I didn't need to use the kit, even though it's all set up on it. Look, it's magically free, and so I made a whole video about it because I heard that it was a thing. I think it's already a passé thing to make unboxing videos, and I know very little about it, so I decided to unbox my ring light kit that I'm not even using, and so I did a little video having no clue what I was doing. I sent it to Laura, who was very lukewarm in her response to me sending the video, and I think she said something like mildly amusing. So I haven't put it up on my channel, but I unboxed everything, and here it is, and I'm kind of using it, and I actually, this way I can look at you and not be touching my camera, and I started it automatically, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So let's get to the meat of the matter. Here we are, live at Camp Fox. I'm Jonathan Charles Fox. Norma the Wonder Dog is right over there. She might join us. And we are about to spring forward. So it is apparently Saturday, the 13th of March, and we're about to start once again experiencing daylight savings time. Daylight saving time? It's one of the two. Which everybody looks forward to. That's not true. Some people love the dark. I heard some people love the dark. I don't know who they are. I guess vampires. Anyhow, we're going to spring forward tonight when we go to bed and set our clocks ahead an hour, and that way everybody can feel sluggish and like they're late to things for a week. Still, it'll be great to have, the sunset later than what who just said it was going to be. I don't want to say her name and wake her up for any reason. Oh, see, I'm touching the coffee table and I'm vibrating up and down. So I decided I should get a head start on setting the clocks ahead because I have more than one clock. And in fact, I'm right here. The upper floor of my lovely home is commonly referred to as Norma Desmond's Catskills retreat, and you can see why. Everything you look at is it looks like Mae West, Norma Desmond, and somebody's grandmother all exploded in my home, most especially on the second floor, which is all done in this fantastic decor that is the envy of all I see. So, Norma Desmond's Catskills Retreat is where we are at the moment, here on the compound that is commonly known as Camp Fox. And I have to spring forward and set my clock. So I looked around the living room because, Norma Desmond's got a couple of things. And as I'm looking, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clocks just in this room alone in the fabulous, fabulous mansion known as Norma Desmond's Catskills Retreat. So I've got 5 in this room alone. I've got a couple in the bedroom. I've certainly got at least 3 downstairs. And I realized that true to life, every single one of them has a story for one reason or another. So I decided to choose one because I'm only supposed to do 8 minutes according to market research. So I chose one, and there is a story that goes with it, 1 clock, to talk about today in this segment called Norma Desmond's living room. And so here it is. Here's this fantastic clock. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this beautiful? The lighting, I don't know. I'm not using my studio lighting. I think it would make it shine even more. I'll give you a little close-up of some of the detail, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So here's this clock. Clearly belongs in Norma Desmond's house for a number of reasons. It's ornate, it's very heavy, it's very old, it's very classic, and it's got a lot going on, just like we like it here at Camp Fox. So the story behind this clock is that I was Christmas shopping, and as is my want, used to be my want. I don't give gifts anymore. I don't want gifts. I don't need gifts. Clearly, I've got a few things. I was Christmas shopping. I used to love to Christmas shop in vintage and antique stores and find, one-of-a-kind, really unique items for my friends and loved ones back in the day when I cared about buying gifts for people. And I was in Los Angeles, there, where I was living at the time, and I was doing exactly that. I went into a little antique store where there was a little old lady. It was a long time ago. I've owned this clock for a long time. And I was looking around, and I think I selected a few things, but I passed this clock. I walked past this clock, and I had my eye on it, but I wasn't there to buy things for myself. And I didn't want to buy it for anybody else. If I was going to buy it for anybody, it would be me. So I walked past it, and she saw that as I wandered around the store, and she came over and she talked to me about the clock, and she gave me a price. I don't remember what it was, something absurd at the moment. She was like, $110. I'm like, no, I'm not even buying things for me. I'm certainly not spending $110 on a clock. And I continued to walk through the store and pick up little things for people. Kept eyeballing, pun intended, this beautiful clock. And again, she came up to me and she said, 90. Then she went down to 70, then 60, then 50. I said, you don't understand. I'm not here to buy things for me. And she said, I can tell you want it. How about $35? And I said, you know what? I will buy this clock for $35. And I did. And I brought it home and put it on my mantle. And went on with my life until one day that I was watching Antiques Roadshow, and I saw some, very stuffy British dude talking about clocks, and he brought this one up and said, look at this beautiful example of a 18th century mantle clock, blah, 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 blah. And I, of course, sat up, bolt upright in bed and said, oh my God, it's my clock. And glued to the screen, I watched him go on and on and on about every detail of this turn of the century mantle clock, including the fact that the back opened, which it does. And lo and behold, inside my mantle clock is a lot of wires that come from England that I can't even plug into the United States if I wanted to. And I was tantalized by the magnificence of the clock, the fact that it was on Antiques Roadshow. He went on and on and on about it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sitting on a fortune here. And then he said, unfortunately, when electricity became popular, people rummaged through their homes to find all these things were not electrified because it didn't exist, and ripped the guts out of beautiful examples of turn-of-the-century mantle clocks and destroyed their value altogether. So I was crestfallen, obviously. I'm sure I called my mother, went on and on and on, told her this fascinating story about my clock, which is then on Antiques Roadshow, and I was a millionaire, and then I was a pauper again because it turned out that I was one of those people who had their clock gutted, sadly for me. But of course, as a result, I didn't sell it. And I still own it. I didn't give it to anyone else. I kept it for myself. I've had it for a zillion years. And it probably has some sort of weird value because I saw it on a mantle in a scene in one of the many Harry Potter films, either the first or the second one. This clock is on the mantle inside, that castle where they live. And thus ends the fascinating story of Jonathan Charles Fox and his mantle clock from hell. Live from Camp Fox and especially Norma Desmond's Catskills retreat. This is Jonathan Charles Fox. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe below. I think that's what they say. That's what the young kids say. Subscribe below. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me. Feel free to comment. I don't care what you say, really. I've got a pretty thick skin. Oh, I get to end this magically with a remote control you can't see palmed in my hand because I'm now part of the 21st century. So bye.